The focus on destroying Israel is liberating in its mindlessness. All of the many other Hamas-type organizations, many of which are Qatar-supported, are ignored as they murder, oppress religious minorities, oppress women and girls, marry children, and violently spread their religious beliefs by the sword, by sadism, by sexual abuse, slavery, and the subjugation, forced conversions, and murder of disbelievers. Hamas spent billions of dollars enriching their fat cat leaders in Qatar, much of it from stolen aid money. The UN knew all along Hamas was brainwashing an entire generation of children in Gaza into believing their only goal in life is to murder Jews and be sacrificial martyrs for their demented cause. Billions were spent on tunnels beneath ground to shelter Hamas, and not a single penny spent on a single bomb shelter above ground to protect children and civilians. Hamas said they want civilian casualties, knowing full well that the world would blame Jews, not them. After all of the atrocities Hamas committed on October 7th, if only the reaction worldwide on October 8th had not been to justify, defend, and deflect from the atrocities, and instead demand an immediate release of the hostages and the end to Hamas's demented and demonic control of Gaza. The world did not accept ISIS. Hamas is no different than ISIS, but because their target are Jews, they receive widespread support instead of condemnation. Boko Haram is no different than Hamas, but because their target are Christians and there are no Jews to blame, few to no one cares. This is widespread all over the world, in which violent terrorist organizations and regimes with similar beliefs as Hamas, many of which are supported by Qatar, murder and commit atrocities with impunity. It is tragic that children are killed in Gaza, but if Hamas did not start this war, if Hamas did not use children and civilians as the human shields, no child would have been killed. There is not a single person on this planet, despite the protestations by many about how war should be conducted, that can explain how to fight an enemy that hides in tunnels, dresses like civilians, uses civilians as their human shields to hide beneath and behind without having children and civilian casualties. Even if the war ends tomorrow or today, it will continue into the future as long as people believe they have the right to murder, sexually abuse, commit atrocities, including by perversely using religion, politics, or other excuses, including about lands being stolen or occupied, even though most people in the world live on land stolen and occupied, including from the vast imperialistic conquest by Ottomans, Arabs, not just Europeans. As long as people believe they have the right to kill the children, grandchildren, children of all future generations based on claims, real or not, that in years past their lands were stolen, there will be no peace. No one has the right to murder, sexually abuse, kidnap, and commit atrocities. But these enormous evils are falsely justified as resistance, which it is not. Murder is still murder. Sexual abuse is sexual abuse. Atrocities are atrocities. Meanwhile, real genocide and widespread famine is happening now in the Sudan, affecting the lives of tens of millions. No one cares. Same for Yemen, the Congo region, and many other lands. Plastics and other poisons pour into the already severely degraded, contaminated oceans, and few to no one cares. Rainforest, biodiversity, wildlife, and more continue to be destroyed. The world continues to be environmentally degraded, poisoned, beset by mass poverty, nuclear weapons proliferation, war, terror, and conflict all over the planet, and all people care about, with far too exceptions, is killing Jews and destroying their one small country. Anyone that truly cares about the children of Gaza will oppose Hamas. They do not have to like Israel, but they will oppose Hamas and all of the many Hamas-type organizations all over the planet that are murdering, sexually abusing, child marrying, murdering religious minorities, committing atrocities, including Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Abu Sayyaf, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, Taliban, Syrian regime, RSF, Allied Democratic Front, Hezbollah, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Muslim Brotherhood, of which Hamas is a chapter, Al-Shabaab of Mozambique, and the many more like-minded regimes and organizations.